BTL, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate the follow. Welcome to the stream. No, you didn't break it. You got my attention, which is a good thing to do. So we're going to file the flight plan, the SBA-4. Peace and long life to you, Rob. Peace and long life. Alright, so SBA-4, we're going to go to the T261. I don't really want to file any of these other waypoints. I just want my vectors out of here. And we'll intercept the airway on the way. So, altitudes, I see 230, flight level 230. So, 23,000 feet. Sounds like a good, low, quick altitude. We'll get up there real super fast and be able to see our ortho from that high up for sure. All right, 230 it is. So let's go ahead and file that with Pilot Edge. Yes, that's right. Christine is our good luck charm. She was not here last week on Thursday, so everything went wholly wrong. I completely hold Christine responsible. Completely and utterly. All right, so we got that filed. We'll give those guys a minute or two. And we'll come over here and we'll look to see if there's clearance. There is 1329er. So 1329er. Actually, I want that down here. 1329er. And a ground control frequency of 121.7. Perfect. So I've got my ground radios down here. Tower is going to be on 119.7. So we'll go ahead and plug that in, 119.7. So here my tower frequency, and I'll put my departure frequency in there. Uh-oh, that's not good, Christine. Uh-oh, that sounds like bad news to me.
Connected to Pilot Edge.
Alright, so Pilot Edge is connected. Hey, GPB, how are you? We just did a nice little tour of Santa Barbara here, of the scenery here at Santa Barbara. I didn't mention on the last stream that this was yours as well when we left St. Louis Obispo and decided that we would emergency land here after our second emergency landing. So heading vertical speed mode. We'll get an altitude on this thing here in just a second. And then I'm expecting to take off on runway 25 because everything's probably normal today. And so the SBA-4 has a heading of 255 out of here, so we'll just go ahead and plug that in. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you'll be working graveyard shift. That's a tough lifestyle, Christine. That's a tough lifestyle.
With you left down 129er.
Number 0 Echo Romeo 129er, clear for the option.
All right, well that was kind of interesting.
29er, clear for the option.
I don't know what that was. So if somebody followed or whatnot, thank you very much. I heard the ding go off, but I didn't get the chance to see what actually happened. So I apologize if I missed it. Oh, it's Fry Guy Gaming. Hey, welcome, Fry Guy. Nice to see you. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get set up.
Hit 8 Mike Alpha, would you like a intersection departure from taxiway Golf?
Yeah, we can do from Golf.
Hit 8 Mike Alpha, runway 16 right, taxiway Alpha and Golf, and estimated feet
All
remaining
right.
is 5,800.
Okay, Alpha
Here we-
Golf, thanks.
Here we go. Alright, so we've got our flight plan all in. Santa Barbara 4. Alright. Santa Barbara clearance, November 143, Victor Tango, IFR to Palm Springs, and good evening.
Tower 143, Victor Tango, Santa Barbara clearance, good evening. Cleared to the Palm Springs Airport. Santa Barbara 4, departure. Tango 261, then as filed. Climb and maintain 4,000. Expect flight level 230, 10 minutes after departure. Your departure frequency is 120.55, squawk 4664. And amend your initial altitude, maintain 3,000.
Cleared to Palm Springs, the Santa Barbara 4, Tango 261 as filed. Climb and maintain 3,000. Expect flight level 230 in 10 minutes. Departure frequency 120.55, squawk 4664, 3 Victor Tango.
143 Victor Tango, read back, yes, correct. Have a good flight.
Thank you, sir. Alright, so there we go. We've got our clearance. That's perfect. So, as we said initially, the takeoff is pretty straightforward out of here. We're just going to be on heading, basically a heading of 255 we expect. So we'll set that up. Let's grab the weather really quickly. The weather, 240 at 4 knots. Yep, we're taking off on 25, 10 miles
Right,
clear.
Victor, contact departure.
And altimeter setting is 299.6. 299.6. Nice, beautiful day to be doing some flying. Beautiful, beautiful day. Alright, so we got our clearance. Let's go ahead and program our flight plan. KSBA. Alright, so that's our, and what I'm going to do now, so we're not actually going to fly to Gaviota, but we're going to use it, because Gaviota is our transition point, or is a airway
left island 29er.
for 261.
Romeo, runway 29, clear for the option.
Zero Echo Romeo 29, clear for the option.
And we're going to go all the way down to SXC. Once we've reached that, then we're going to pick up the next airway. The next airway is Victor 208. And we're going to take that to Thermal. It is a GPB airport. This is Santa Barbara Municipal. We did a little tour of it earlier on when we first came in. And then, of course, the last airport here, KPSP, our final destination, Palm Springs International, about 20 miles from Thermal. Nice spot. So yes, this is one of the airports that the stream helps support. It was also one of the airports that I was able to land at as part of our emergency flights last week, which was lots of fun. 4664 altitude reporting. There we go. Got that all set up. Departure frequency is going to be 12055.
888 Mike Alpha, is that you calling?
So we're good there. Got all that stuff programmed.
Marquis 6262 kilo.
So let's go ahead and get the plane started up. This is where everything starts to go wrong. I declared 2 emergencies on PE, Christine. 2. Starting up number 2.
6262 Kilo Fox Tower, runway 24, clear to land, wind calm.
Clear to land runway 24 for 60 kilo.
Gulf Papa Bravo or just Greg. Yeah, okay. Fair enough, Greg. I appreciate that. Number 1's coming up. Looking good. Nice and stable. Yeah, we were flying a. It was an interesting stream. We had a little bit of a hypoxia scare on the first flight. Gulf Papa Bravo. It probably helped me, to be honest. Make sure I get my phonetic alphabet correct.
8-8, Mike Alp's holding short, Golf 1-6 right.
Oh, goodness gracious. If you had been here, oh gosh, I will likely never live it down.
Mike Alpha Van Nuys Tower, runway 16 right, clear for takeoff, wind calm.
We're going to turn our nav lights on for safety as we're here on the tarmac. Yeah, it rolls off the tongue. Alright, so here we go. We've got all of that done. We're going to go up to flight level 230, making sure I've got everything on my chart. That looks good. We'll close that down. Here's our departure. Again, 12055. Everything looks good there. And we're expecting a 250 heading. So, yeah, climb heading 250 or 255 off of runway 25. So, nothing crazy there. Should be nice and easy. Let's go ahead and give
Tower 0 Echo Romeo midfield left down.
Give Brown a call.
This will be a full stop.
0 Echo Romeo, wind calm, runway 29 clear line.
0 Echo Romeo 29 are cleared land.
Yeah, exactly, Truckin'. Chat, letting you forget about something you did wrong? What? Alright.
Number 888, Mike Alpha confirmed squawking 4523.
4523, Roger.
Santa Barbara ground, November 143, Victor Tango at signature, ready to taxi with the weather.
143 Victor. 143 Victor Tango, Santa Barbara ground, runway 15 left, taxi via Charlie.
15 left via Charlie, 3 Victor Tango.
Number 888, Mike Alpha appears your ident button is stuck. Check that and contact
'Kay.
departure.
So 15 left.
Okay, I'll see what we can do in order to departure, Mike Alpha.
Gonna do a quick look up here. 15 left is what we're looking for. 15 right or left.
Number 62 Kilo, taxi to ramp via Alpha, maintenance frequency.
Okay, taxi to the ramp at Alpha Mata Business Frequency for 60 kilo.
Climb heading 152. Alright, so this is a little bit interesting because it says south or east or north and west. Well, I'm going to go with the south. So we're going to say climb heading 152. Alright, let's get rocking and rolling. I actually have never seen an angry chat, not once. There goes that fuel truck. Right there. You see it, Fish? That's it, right there. I could not have planned it.
400 Echo Romeo, taxi to ramp and it's past for the Cat 3.
Isn't that a long way around?
Yeah, taxi to the ramp right ahead, and thank you.
Yeah. Fish was telling me that I had to show him the fuel truck before we left. Yeah, we're going by way of Santa Catalina. And yes, it's the long way around. We got a few hours to kill. It'll be fun.
Search Jet 824 Echo Victor Los Angeles Center, climb and maintain flight level 280.
So we're going to fly down the coast over Santa Catalina, and then we're going to take Victor 208 to Thermal, and then land at Palm Springs.
Los Angeles clearance, November 2079, Mike, instruments to John Wayne.
It's the scenic route.
Oh, what was the call sign?
November 2079, Mike.
Bonanza 207
Yes, we have enough fuel. It's only an hour.
Can you confirm your equipment suffix?
Yeah, we're going to use the 15s.
It's, Bravo Echo 36, Bonanza.
We got 15 left.
Bonanza 7 Echo, that's your aircraft type. I need your equipment suffix, your navigational equipment suffix.
Oh, sorry, slant golf.
All right, landing lights are on. Strobe's coming on. And over to tower.
Thank you. Bonanza 7 Mike, clear John Wayne Airport. Soul Beach 8 departure. Soul Beach, direct. Climb via aesthetics at maintain 4000. Departure frequency 125.2. Squawk 1307.
I think they're having me depart to the south because I'm headed out on. You can see the Tango Airway, the GPS airway that I'm taking to the south. So it's going to be an easier check.
125.7, squawk 1307.
Yep, everything seems good.
Tango reback correction. Bonanza 7 Mike, reback correct.
207 Mike.
Unless I'm looking in the wrong place, everything seems to be in the greens. And you know me, Toto. Yeah, I may be looking in the wrong place. Only had a few months. I did disconnect the GPU, and I turned on my gen. We have pressure here at the bottle, so we got oxygen. The cabin air is on, right? All right, let's go flying. You guys are giving me such a hard time. Santa Barbara Tower, November 143, Victor Tango. Good evening. Holding short, runway 15 left.
No 143 Victor Tango, Santa Barbara Tower. Wind 2304, runway 15 left, clear for takeoff.
15 left, clear for takeoff. 3 Victor Tango. Generator, yes, I just said the generators are on. Lights are on. Nav lights are on. Strobe and beacon is on. Still have the taxi light on, just for fun, you know. Flaps are coming down to take off right now. As we roll onto the runway. You're fine. Just everybody's giving me crap today, and I deserve it. It's all good. You guys are. I'm having fun. Don't worry about it. All right, set back. Yeah, we checked all the control surfaces. I still can't steer for crap, but, you know, that's nothing new, right? Everything looks good. Up we go. Gear up. Altimeter is set. Flaps coming up. And indicated airspeed climb. Up we go. Birds, yes. That would be the one thing I didn't account for. Going up to 2,000. Stopping at 3.
Approaching altitude.
How you doing, Torb? Good to see you. Talk about giving a pilot a hard time. I mean, you guys are gonna give me a complex. All right, leveling off at 3, pulling the power back. We don't want to get going real fast here.
No 5 Foxtrot Whiskey, Bakersfield Airport's off your 10 o'clock, 8 miles, reporting site.
Gaviota is the other way. I'm not actually going to Gaviota, though.
5 Foxtrot Whiskey, contact Bakersfield Tower 118.1, radar services terminated. Eclipse 3 Vic Tango, contact Santa Barbara departure.
Over to departure. Eclipse 3 Victor Tango.
Bakersfield Tower, Skyhawk 17.
Skype 175 Foxtrot Whiskey, Bakersfield Tower, enter left base, runway 30 left, clear to land when calm.
Santa Barbara departure. November 143 Victor Tango, level 3000, heading 152.
Eclipse 143 Victor Tango, Santa Barbara departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 8,000.
Up to 8,000, 3 Victor Tango. Alright, so we're going to put some power back in. Go back to indicated airspeed climb. And as the power drops out, we're going to make sure we watch our... Because this is how we got ourselves into trouble last time, right? We pushed too far forward on our engines and we lit them on fire. So we're going to be careful. Yeah, I'm actually not going to Gaviota. There's actually a good reason. I used Gaviota as a way of entering the airway. T261, it's the start of the airway that I'm going to be joining. I have no intention of going to Gaviota.
So who was calling for VFR, I believe, to March?
Oh, Tor, this was a good one. A really, really good stream. You would have loved this stream. You would have loved it. It was fantastic. Hypoxia, an engine fire, and then I ran out of gas. It was a mess.
Barrington United Sierra Bravo, clear to March Airport Space. On departure for heading 260. Radar vectors Paradise, as filed. Maintain 5,000. Departure frequency 135.4. Squawk 2332.
Yes. Better to forget the charts than to forget the than to forget fuel or all of that stuff. We landed safely. No one was injured. Climbing out at about 1,500 feet per minute. Yeah, I mean, those are just standard X.
Sierra Bravo, read back correct. Eclipse 3 Victor Tango, contact Los Angeles Center 135.5.
135.5, 3 Victor Tango.
Bonanza 207 Niner Mike, Los Angeles ground, you calling for taxi?
Oh, my ego was shot, yeah. Los Angeles Center, November 143, Victor Tango, 7,700 for 800. For 8,000.
Bonanza 700 Mike, runway 25 left, taxi via Alpha Foxtrot. UPS 143 Victor Tango, Los Angeles Center, clear direct Santa Catalina VOR. Climb and maintain flight level 230.
Direct Santa Catalina, climb and maintain 230 through Victor Tango. Alright, folks. We've got our direct 2 heading, which works just the same as the airway, I suppose. No, you don't have to be here for that. That seems silly to me. No, you know what? Honestly, guys, the events of the last stream were a great learning experience, and I'm so glad everybody had. I really was laughing about it the whole time. So, yeah, it's just a really fun. Oops. Really fun experience for me. So. That's actually the first time I've ever had to declare an emergency. So, I've never had to declare an emergency before on Pilot Edge. And then to have to declare 2 in one night, I think the fuel one was sort of just a bonehead thing. But as I'm sure you guys know, I was in a rush to get the plane turned around and get out of there, and I wasn't thinking. So, you know, if you have an engine fire and you come back and you land at an airport, take your time.
Bravo Chino ground, runway 26 right, taxi via Alpha, Papa, cross runway 21 at Alpha.
Don't try to take off within about 15 minutes of having that engine fire. And that's real world advice for you too. You can take that as real world advice. If you have an engine fire, don't land the plane and then try to take off again in about 15 minutes. No. That's not why Greg is here, Christine. No. Not at all. I'm just really impressed with his airports, and he was hanging around long before that ever happened. Well, you know. I know you were. Yes. Life Lessons by J. Falcon, correct.
Sky 5 Foxtrot Whiskey, taxi in Atlanta via Echo Alpha, cross runway 30 right at Echo this frequency today.
Oh, no. Truckin', we don't offer parachutes here. We offer support peacocks. Oh, you put a space in it, Fishgo Blue. Try again without the space. Yes. Fly Gulf Papa Bravo 500 airports.
There you go. Dude, do what J. Falcon says.
Yes. Everyone on board tonight gets a personal support peacock. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, there's an article about a United flight that denied a woman to fly with her emotional support peacock. I am not kidding. I didn't know that peacocks could provide emotional support.
So you get the call sign?
Yeah, you want your emotional support Falcon? Coming to 13,000. Need to reset this to 2992. Yeah, seriously, trucking. OMG. You know, peacocks drive me crazy too, Fish. I don't know what it is about peacocks. They're all like showing off. Could even say they're peacocking. That was terrible.
Epic 29 X-ray advise you do have Apple Valley Airport, and it is currently off your 1 to 2 o'clock and 20 miles. Just let me know when you get it in sight. Victorville altimeter 3009er.
I just made myself laugh, guys. I just made myself laugh. I don't know, trucking. You can check out the People of Walmart website though and find out. What's going on Sunday from 4? Oh yeah, yeah. yes, Fish. I will be busy on Sunday. Yes. I'm not drinking. I mean, I have a can of Canada Dry Blackberry Ginger Ale in front of me. I can barely fly this thing sober. I was not the only one. I saw Rob lol.
Another 2079 Mike, Los Angeles Tower, wind 250 at 6, runway 25 left, clear for takeoff.
You know, it's been one of those weeks, Fish. But yeah, no, I'm super excited for this weekend.
What's the 5 extra whiskey? That wasn't fair rating, was it?
What Fish is referring to is that he knows that I'm originally from New England, and I am a.
5 extra whiskey, Roger. In the future, just you want to advise the controller that you are going for the rating. And it looks like you did. I just missed it on the pass down. My apologies. You are passed for the Cat 5. Have a great evening.
Oh, come on, Rob. Don't do me like that. You lulled. You lulled at the peacocking. I know you did.
There are 2 Papa Foxtrot, enter left close traffic, report midfield, runway 29er. 790 Mike, contact SoCal departure.
Brayton Town Center is pretty much one giant Walmart. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, no. So as I was saying, I was born and raised in New England, and so I am a Patriots fan. There's only a few of us out there. Everybody else hates them just because they win.
Epic 29 X-ray radar service system enabled. Squawk V5. Have a safe landing. Frequency change approved.
Okay, Christine, let's have that other joke. Boy breaks a vase at at a rich uncle's house. The uncle gets extremely angry and says, "Do you know how old that vase was? It's from the 17th century." The boy sighed in relief. "Oh, good. At least it wasn't new."
Baron 290 Sierra Bravo, Chino Tower. Did you call? I think I might have missed your call for.
Truckin'. That's funny.
29er Bravo, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff, wind 2403.
We just assume they're tourists. We just assume they're tourists.
Foxtrot, runway 29er, clear to land. 29er, correction R2, Papa Foxtrot, runway 29er, clear to land.
How many landing clearances has she given to that one guy? I'm hoping these clouds will break up before we get all the way down to Santa Catalina. I got a Santa Catalina airport down there. It'd be nice to be able to see it from the air. Got some scenery down in that area as we fly overhead, assuming that it loaded correctly. But we may end up with a cloud layer. Yeah, the clouds are now doing weird things. That's correct. We now have official weird cloud layers going on. Yeah.
Bonanza 700 Mike fly heading 130 vector Sil Beach, contact SoCal approach 128.1.
Hashtag cloud relationships matter. Yes. That's funny, Christine. Oh, that's good. That's good. You know what? I appreciate it. It's funny. And it's well worth it. You know what? What's a good? You get a facepalm at a good joke every now and then.
94006 San Luis Tower. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're definitely doing. There's definitely some weird things going on.
San Luis Tower, inner left base, runway 29er, report 3 mile final.
Definitely some weird things going on with the clouds today. It's not the first time weird things have happened with the clouds. I'm glad you like that, Trucker. I in no way am diminishing other things that also matter.
Or 207 at Mike.
It was just funny to me.
John went off to 2996.
Yeah. Do clouds drain fuel or start engine fires? Luckily with
taxi to parking via Mike or Juliet, your preference this frequency. Have a great day.
Luckily with X-Plane, the clouds just split around you and they don't actually ever touch you. But yeah, there's some weird cloud things going on right now.
Tower, happy to sight runway 29er, clear to land.
They hide birds, yeah. Yes, they do hide birds. Alright, there we go. Getting out of whatever this cloud layer was now.
Bonanza 700 Mike, advise you have weather for John Wayne and approach request.
Yeah, the X-Plane clouds look pretty good from far up, but when you get close to them, there's some... Like, that cloud over there. That looks not bad. It's fine. Yeah, gotta love its sloped clouds. I don't know. Looks like there's some lightning in that one. Some sort of weird flicker right there. So let's get ourselves up to 210 knots. Should be able to do that really quite easily from here. Yeah, I mean,
It is a 290 Bravo, SoCal departure, rear radar contact, turn left direct Paradise.
so we are coming up to little wing shot there of some of those wonderful clouds. There's Santa Catalina right there. For all of you who wanted to go to the Catalina, to Catalina Airport, it's gonna be right down here below us. Looks like the clouds will have broken up for us.
There are 207 under Mike, so stand by.
No, I'm not sure. They might have. Knowing my luck, I'll fly right into this layer right here just before we get there. I'm also not 100% sure that I reloaded the Santa Catalina scenery pack. So we'll see whether I did that or not.
There are 207 under Mike, go ahead. Affirmative, understand that's your destination. Also, if you have an approach request.
So speaking of approach requests,
You mean 20, right?
let's see what we got here at
7 under Mike. There's only one ILS into John Wayne. It's for runway 20 right. Turn left direct Seal Beach. Cross Seal Beach at 4,000. Cleared.
So-
ILS runway 20 right approach and say current altitude.
So the only runway or the only approach that we have available is the VOR GPS
There's 7 under Mike, roger.
VOR or GPS Bravo approach. So the GPS Bravo approach is the
Tango, contact Los Angeles Center 128.6.
128.6 Eclipse 3 Victor Tango. 1286.
I'm sorry, say again. Baron, understeer Bravo, clear direct Talkie, and do you have a approach request into March?
Okay, waiting for him to give a response to that question. No? Okay, hoping somebody says expect that.
Understeer Bravo, Ryder, have your request?
Okay. Los Angeles Center Eclipse Eclipse 143 Victor Tango, flight level 230. There's no November. You don't need to say Eclipse November.
Eclipse 143 Victor Tango, Los Angeles Center, thank you.
All right, so let's see what we can see here. We may only have just generic scenery, and this high up we may not be able to see a lot. There's the airport right there. So there's the Santa Catalina Airport. And yeah, there's some scenery there. Kind of loading in. A little tough to see. Got the little windsock over here. So, Greg, while you're here, and not to put requests in, I'm certainly not doing that. But I'm just going to complain, since you're an amazing scenery designer. One of the best areas to fly at has... that was not Mr. X. That's just default. I must have forgot to load it.
Sir Bravo, just confirm you said the RNAV runway 32, correct?
You know, one of the most beautiful. Yeah, I'm sure I didn't have it loaded. Beautiful areas to fly in, but the airport looks terrible. Is Aspen? Maybe there's one out there that's really, really good, and I just don't know about it. But I was flying. We did our celebration flight into Aspen and then to Salt Lake City. And it just looked, the stuff off of the gateway, it just looked so bad.
Bravo, Roger, cross Talkie at 5,000 or above, cleared RNAV, runway 14 approach. And are you wanting a straight in, or are you going to be a circle?
No Google 3D? Okay.
Very Niner, Sir Bravo, red, expect runway 14.
Maybe that's why it's such a difficult airport, but wow. It was, for such a beautiful airport and such an amazing airport and such a challenging airport to fly in, you would, I don't know, I just sort of really expected it to be sharp, and it wasn't. It was bad. It was real bad. So yeah, there's that. Probably could turn our lights off at this point. Don't need those on anymore. Sitting up here at 23,000 with the bulbs humming. How would you have possibly known? Right? I mean, how would you possibly have known that you wouldn't have been able to get Google 3D and all of that stuff? It's just, I'm just saying, Aspen needs a little love. I mean, somebody has tried to do some work on it, and if you go out and just look it up on the, ooh, hey, look at that, frames. There they are. If you go out and look at xplane.org, the one that's out there is like an X-Plane 9 model or something. I don't know. It's an old model. But you think for such an iconic airport that somebody would have grabbed a hold of it, but that had not happened. That had not happened. And I'm not signing myself up to do it either. I'm just saying. But yeah, I was looking at the I'm looking at the Google 3D right now, and you're right. Google doesn't have a damn bit of 3D involved there. Not at all. It is flat as a pancake. It actually looks like it would be a pretty good challenge too. The terminal area is not like, it's not even remotely a square. It's all kinds of different facets and angles and things. It looks tricky. And again, not in any way, shape, or form to say, you know, hey, you should do this or whatever. You've got your own plans and you're doing your own thing, and I am completely cool with that. Just one lover of good-looking airports to another. Aspen really disappointed me. and yeah. It's just such an amazing area to fly around too, because you get the ortho going in that area and it looks amazing. So check out the one on the gateway. I think you've got to go. I think you have to go to the gateway and download the latest one. I don't think it's been released. Maybe it'll get released with 11.2, 11.20 when they release that. But for now, I think you have to download it off of the gateway. Somebody has done some work, but I don't know. Felt like we could have done better. Alright, so we're headed, we're approaching PACIF. You'll hear PACIF as a very interesting waypoint. That brings us back towards land here.
Sierra Bravo, Roger. Contact March Tower 127.65.
So let's start thinking about our approach and our top of descent. So our GPS Bravo approach has us down to 4,000. We are sitting at 21,000. Something has decided to go completely wonky on my computer, which is excellent. So, 21 minus 3 is 18. Multiply that by 3, you get 54 miles. 54 miles to go. Yep, my tablet has decided that it wants, or 55 miles before we reach thermal is our top of descent, and it appears that my my tablet has decided to lock up entirely, so I'm going to go ahead and get that restarted. That's fun. Did you fuel up the computer before streaming? I did, Fishgo Blue. I did. I think it has to do with some of the streaming software not playing nice with each other. So the computer sends basically the image off of my surface gets transmitted using Air Server and a program called Air Parrot to transmit the desktop to a place where it can be captured by my screen, but I have my touch screen available. That's why you're able to see me write on everything. It's because I'm actually writing on a Surface Pro. And the reason I use the Surface Pro is because I use it for work. And the only time it locks up is when I'm doing this, and that's the only time.
Okay.
which probably means it's related to that software. But there are no updates available. So we're sort of stuck. I did fed the hamster. And it's all plugged in, so it's not running out of power or anything, so everything should be just fine. But it likes to get ornery. And it may be the Air Parrot software. I'm not sure. That's really the only thing that that would theoretically cause the problem. But while that's happening, let's jump into the cockpit for a second and check out our distances here. So, just to make sure that we calculate this out. We've basically got 100 miles, so we're basically 80 miles out to thermal. On average, about 80 miles, a little short of 80 miles out, 75 miles out. And our top of descent, we said, was 54 miles out. So we got a little ways to go, but we're getting closer to our top of descent. It does concern me slightly that we haven't heard anything from Pilot Edge in a little while. Slightly concerning. Radios are all on. We have power. Bus has plenty of amps. It's kind of surprising we just haven't heard anything in a while. I'm not wrong, right? We haven't heard anything in a little bit.
Piper 135 Tango Hotel, Santa Barbara departure.
Never mind.
Contact, maintain 5000.
There it goes.
Sirius Jet 4, Echo Victor, descendant past discretion, maintain flight level 240.
You know, sometimes you just have...
4, Victor, descendant past discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Pilot's discretion down to 240. Is that for 3 Victor Tango?
Sirius Jet 824 Victor, Echo Victor, affirmative.
Okay, so that was not for me.
Close 3 Victor Tango, maintain flight level 230. I'll get a descent for you shortly.
Roger, 3 Victor Tango, thank you. Yeah, just quiet tonight. Yep, I agree, just quiet tonight. Her internet sort of occasionally breaks up, and so sometimes you lose parts of the call sign. I thought I heard her calling for an Eclipse, and then I heard the Tango, so I was wondering if she was talking to me. That's all right. Alright, so I've got my tablet back up again, I believe. But we are coming up to our top of descent shortly. Because 20 miles...
Tango Hotel, turn left, direct Quang.
So we're at 65 miles on a 54 mile... 54 mile top of drop.
Center altimeter 29er, 9er, maintain VFR.
So what do you guys think? GPS Bravo approach or just a visual approach into Palm Springs? What do you guys think? It's not going to be much different, to be completely honest. Alright, so I'm just looking for where we're going to land. So the terminals are on the left. On the west side of the airport. Access to and from the FBO ramp. Taxiwheel Gulf, limited to aircraft with wingspans of 40 or less. Caution, do not mistake Charlie for runway 31 left. Yeah, that would be bad. We don't want to land on any taxiways. Visual, more to see by the terminal. Okay. So we'll go over by the left-hand side. We'll park over at the on the west side FBO. And see if we can pull in. So, can we, is there parking next to the control tower off of Whiskey 3 there, Greg? All the cool kids are landing on taxiways. Nice. Alright. So we'll park at the control tower off of Whiskey 3. And that will get us right down into the thick of things. Visual for 3-1 left. Sounds like a plan. Let's check the weather. 0 degree or 0 wind, 0 knots, 10 miles clear. Altimeter 3000. Wow, that's probably the most zeros I've seen in a weather report in my very, very short time flying. And we are now 58 miles. So we really need to get a descent here. Los Angeles Center, November 143, Victor Tango. We've reached top of descent.
For 3 Victor Tango, 17-14,000.
Down to 14,000. Thank you very much. 3 Victor Tango.
Eclipse 3 Victor Tango actually can do better than that. Clear direct thermal has to maintain 9,000. Palm Springs altimeter 3000.
90,000 direct thermal, and say again the altimeter for Palm Springs, 3 Victor Tango.
Eclipse 3 Victor Tango, Palm Springs, altimeter 3000.
3000. Thank you very much, 3 Victor Tango. Alright, so we got our descent down to 9,000. And we're direct thermal at this point. We're direct thermal anyway on the airway, so not a big deal. You need to be 5,500 or lower at thermal. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Right now, we're going to cross thermal just at about 9,000. Based on our current descent profile. You want me to do a hold at thermal? Well, I'm on an IFR flight plan. I can't just do that. That's not allowed. I can step up for a descent. So let's go 2,500 feet per minute, and let's reduce this back to 180 knots. Start slowing the plane down. I don't know that it will be able to slow down, to be completely honest, in a descent of 2,500 feet. But if she was going to give us lower before we got to thermal, other than 9,000, she would have done that. So we're just going to be too high and too fast, I think. Alright, speed's coming down. That's good. Once we get under 200 knots, we can actually extend our first notch of flaps. Yep. We're going around. Too high, too fast. Woo! Going around. Alright, let's start. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. So cell car approach is going to be one of those. Tower is going to be 119.7. Let's go ahead and get that set up right now. 119.7. Transfer that guy. Let's go ahead and set the ground frequency as well. 121.9er. 121.9er. We'll just enter that. So we get tower and ground all set up there. You're recording the approach plate for 3-1. Which approach? The VOR or the or one of the RNAV approaches? Oh, come on. There you go. There you go. I know I can request the hold if I need to. So the VOR at thermal is actually 4,000. Just FYI. So here's the chart.
Search for Echo Victor, contact Los Angeles Center 125.27.
Nope, charts are broken. I'll have to look at that for our next thing. But
Code
charts are
5
broken.
Tango Hotel, contact Joshua, correction, contact Point Magoo approach 124.7.
I think we'll be able to make it. Let's go ahead and drop that first notch of flaps.
Hotel, Point Magoo approach, Point Magoo altimeter 299.8.
Under 200 knots, first notch of flaps is out.
For 64 Golf Charlie, contact Los Angeles Center 135.5.
So we're going to be down to 9,000 just before we get there, before we get to thermal. So we're going to be, 10 10 miles outside of thermal.
Jet 824 Echo Victor, Los Angeles Center. Thank you. Descend to pass discretion. Maintain 14,000. San Marcos altimeter. Let's see. Actually, Santa Barbara altimeter. I'm sorry. 2996.
Yeah, it's a very straight in with a circle to land.
Eclipse 3 Victor Tango. Contact SoCal approach 126.7.
126.7 through Victor Tango. SoCal approach, November 143 Victor Tango, level 9,000. Looking for the visual approach in Palm Springs. Parking to the left, or to the west side.
Piper 64 Golf Charlie, Los Angeles Center. Thank you. Eclipse 143 Victor Tango, SoCal approach, Palm Springs altimeter 3000. And so you look for visual approach, fly heading 340, vector visual approach, runway 31 left, descend and maintain 4,000.
340 down to 4,000 through Victor Tango. Okay, down we go. Yeah, the RNAV, it's actually an RMP approach for the RNAV, which this plane can't actually do. Because of all of those fancy curves. Actually, you know what? I don't know if this plane, the E1000 can't do it. So there's the airport right there. That's our airport. Just keep an eye on it. Make sure it doesn't get away. And let's start to slow down 150 knots. No reason to go screaming through the approach. Expecting a left turn here sometime to like a 289 heading very shortly. Very cool suburbs and things. Oops, that's not helpful. Very cool suburbs around here. Got to keep an eye on our power as we start to level out.
Approaching altitude.
Don't want to give away. We'll definitely give away some speed as we level up, or as we level up, as we level out. But we don't want to give away too much speed.
Coast 3 Victor Tango, the airport is now off your 10 o'clock and 4 miles. Report in sight.
We have the airport in sight. 3 Victor Tango.
Eclipse 3 Victor Tango, clear visual approach, runway 31 left. Contact Palm Springs Tower 119.7.
Clear visual approach and contact Tower 119.7 through Victor Tango. Alright, so let's get ourselves a left turn back to the right direction here. And let's go down to 3,000. Pop that over. And I'm going to want to go a little more, even more to the left here. Get ourselves a nice approach angle. Palm Springs Tower, November 143, Victor Tango, visual 31 left.
143 Victor Tango, Palm Springs, start evening, the wind is calm. Runway 31 left, clear to land.
3-1 left, clear to land, and good evening.
Good evening. Or 207 on our mic, connect SoCal departure.
Alright, so here we go, folks. Give us a little more power here. Get ourselves back up to that 150 knots. Try to keep 150 knots going until we get close to our final approach fix. And then we'll set it down to 100 knots. I'm still referencing the plate, even though I'm not actually flying it. Yeah, this area is just gorgeous. Welcome to Palm Springs. I'm looking forward to seeing the airport. Alright, 130 knots is fine, plane. Go ahead and drop out our landing flaps. Getting ourselves configured here. The final approach fix is right here. It's Mulek. So after that, it's a down to minimums. We're gonna have no problem landing. Everything is looking good. Landing lights on, taxi lights on. Everything else is good. Elevation of the airport, I should look this up, is 400 feet. Go ahead and continue that down. Auto throttle is off, so the plane is mine.
Santa Maria Tower, Cherokee 2180 Kilo, 10 miles north, full stop landing with Papa.
So 110 knots, or 100 knots rather.
2180 Kilo, Santa Maria Tower, make straight to runway 12, report a 3-mile final.
Straight in, runway 12, report 3-mile final, 2180 Kilo.
Hey Goldsy, how are you? Well, you mean screw it up by like lighting your plane on fire and or running out of fuel? Is that what you're talking about? Is that the kind of thing you're talking about? Alright, one of those is a runway. There it is. Plane is mine. Nice dark colored one. Let's get our gear down. Anything is possible. Oh, that's not how you meant it, huh, Goldsy? Alright, going to try to bleed off a few extra knots here. Pulling the power back even more. We're a little fast right now. We're a little fast. I'm not seeing any vertical guidance. Oh, there they are. Of course, they're all white. Too high and too fast. Doesn't look like they should all be white. There we go. There we go. 2 whites, 1 red.
100,
Diving under the glide slope. Perfect.
400, 300, 200,
Gears down.
100,
Clearance received. 3-1 left. Identified.
50, 40, 30, 20,
Flare.
10,
Nose down. There's the control tower. Just going to roll out a little bit here. We'll roll on down to Juliet. There's nobody coming in behind us. Get a good look at this wonderful, wonderful airport.
Santa Maria Tower, Cherokee 2180 Kilo, 3-mile final, runway 12.
It's our Kilo Roger, runway 12, clear to land, wind 140 at 4.
All right, left turn here, and we are...
Clear to land 21080 Kilo.
143 Victor Tango, join Whiskey to the ramp, remain this frequency.
Whiskey to the ramp, this frequency, thank you very much. Alright, lights are off, or landing, that light's off. Beacon coming down Office Road. And let's pop up and out, and let's take a look at this as we roll over here to the ramp towards the control tower. Oh, that's pretty cool. We got a nice little school right there. I doubt that's a school, but that flag is waving like crazy. Goldie, the Kool-Aid has been drunk, swallowed, and it lit us on fire. Yeah, the stream got together and as a community goal, bought into the GPB, or the it's not, sorry, Golf Papa Bravo 500, Golf Papa Bravo 500 Sceneries Pack, the exclusive release program. Because the Greg exclusive release program just sounds strange.
Clearance November 2, Quebec. The quickest V4 flight following to Lima 19. It's Wasco Kern Airport at 17,500, and we have the weather. We are Beechcraft King Air 200.
Very nice control tower. Very cool looking.
Number 2, Quebec, John Wayne clearance. Roger on departure, flighting 175 and maintain VFR radar below 5,000. The departure frequency 128.1. Squawk 6113.
I'm looking around. I'm barely trying to keep it on the center line here.
5 V4 out of below 5,000. Departure 128.1, 6113 in the box for 2 Quebec.
2 Quebec, Quebec, correct.
Yeah, it's really nice stuff. We're going to go check out that terminal, but first we'll come over here and park with all these other jets, because you know what? We're a jet too, no matter how small and slow we are. I'm like that jet's little brother. I just want to tag along.
November 400 Echo Romeo, we're at the East Hangars. We are southbound departure with Juliet's and the Scapor.
Nice little taxi. Get to see all the cool stuff.
Roger, my 29er taxi by Alpha.
400 Echo Romeo 29 RV Alpha.
There's she.
Tower, Piper 612 Charlie is about 15 miles to the west, inbound for full.
That doesn't seem...
64 Golf Charlie, Bakersfield Tower, good evening. Enter left downwind, runway 30 right, and report midfield.
Greg, that doesn't seem right.
Okay, left wind for 30 right, we'll call midfield for 4 Golf Charlie.
2180 Kilo, Alpha to the ramp, you can remain this frequency, good night.
A parade, nice. Okay, so
218 Kilo Alpha.
so it was actually done on purpose versus, you know, San Francisco style. And by San Francisco style, I of course mean that somebody landed on the wrong thing. All right, so we'll pull up next to this FedEx plane, and we'll park it right here.
Brown, November 2 Quebec, go by the executive hangar with whiskey, ready for taxi.
For 2 Quebec, runway 20 right, taxi via Alpha Lima, hold short.
All right, that's good enough. Let's go ahead and jump into the plane.
Right, Alpha Lima, hold short 20 left for 2 Quebec.
We'll shut down the left engine there. And I just want to point out, we have fuel left over. See?
St. Louis Towers.
We have fuel available.
Romeo short 29 Alpha ready for departure.
400 Echo Romeo San Luis Tower, left downwind departure approved, my 29er clear for takeoff, wind calm.
400 Echo Romeo 29er clear for takeoff, left downwind departure.
Almost 100 gallons of fuel. Alright, let's go ahead and kill that. Let's hook up the ground power unit, make sure we keep the plane running. And let's go check out that terminal. Let's go check out that terminal. First, we got some nice signature support hangers. That's cool. That is, in fact, 97 more gallons than I had the other night. I agree. I think we shut the plane off, and we stopped taxiing early, but we shut the plane off with 4 gallons left. The engine fire really threw me off, and really the engine fire was probably caused by the hypoxia event on the way down that AJ wasn't aware of. So this is kind of neat. I've never seen like a car entryway like this. I'm not really sure where they've got all these cars going or coming, but it's just a sort of a weird entry. What?
This is Cessna November.
Yeah, blame it on the hypoxia.
Uniform.
Oh, is this a rental car?
Clearance to KSBP.
Okay.
So that's slash golf.
Hey, we got a newbie on the frequency. We got a newbie on the frequency. It's awesome. Oh, this is cool. So here's the
uniform, Santa Maria Ground, Roger, you ready for taxi?
Hey, Ninja, how you doing?
It's gonna be a minute.
Salute to you as well.
When you're ready for taxi.
Will do. November 2, Papa uniform.
This is really cool. So Greg, what does it take? Like, how much time does it take you to model something with this kind of level of intricate detail, right?
The last aircraft trying to call, they're getting background noise only, no voice coming through at all.
So, I mean, just to give you guys look at this, right? We've got all these little panels all tied, and even the lines are there. How much time does it take to do all of that little detaily stuff? It's got to be a lot. This has got to be the old terminal. It's got to be the old terminal.
John Wayne Tower, November 2, Quebec, short of 20, level ready for departure, 20 right.
For 2 Quebec, cross runway 20 left. At Lima, runway 20 right, clear for takeoff.
Cross 20 left, 20 right, clear for takeoff on Lima.
Spends 5 hours doing Netflix. We did not get any freezing rain. It was actually really nice here today, Goldsy. A little cold. But remember, I'm down in Atlanta. So it's a pretty good distance from you guys. I was born and raised in New England. I'm not there anymore.
And to Quebec, could we just have like 20 seconds here on the runway real fast?
To Quebec, no problem.
You have a pretty good picture of ice on the nose gear assembly? Okay. We didn't even fly through any...
San Maria ground, this is November.
Oh, maybe...
Uniform, ready to taxi.
I don't know how that would have happened.
30 taxi by Alpha.
We did get some clouds, but...
By Alpha, November 2, proper uniform.
Uh-oh. Oh, nice on our nose wheel assembly. Yeah, post it away, man. Here, let me give you a permit. If... There you go. Cargo ramp, I'm guessing over here?
Clearance, November 2079, Mike, instruments to John Wayne.
Yeah, it's actually a really nice day down here in Atlanta, which is, you know, everything Delta could ask for.
2079 Mike, LA clearance clear to the John Wayne Airport. Seal Beach 8 departure. Radar vector Seal Beach VOR direct. Maintain 4000. Departure frequency 125.2. Squawk 6516.
Yeah.
Okay, we're cleared to the John Wayne Airport. Seal Beach departure. Radar vectors. Climb maintain 4000 or climb via
SkyWest maintenance. Okay.
4000
Cool.
125.2 and squawk 6512.
6516 for the transponder code, otherwise your readback is correct.
Oh, nice. And so Palm Springs has an air museum on board on the property too. That's really cool. And it's nice.
You Quebec, leave at 1.3.
I imagine you placed all these planes here, Greg? Goldie, that's crazy. And I've seen that kind of ice build up a few times. It's it's a mess.
Golf Charlie's at midfield now. We're down one for runway 30 right.
All right, just gonna jump over.
30 right, clear to land with 3603.
Start heading up this.
Right, 40 Charlie.
This sign got the. I presume this is where the trucks would have rolled from had the trucks been real. Had the trucks been real.
San Maria Tower, this is November 2, proper uniform, holding short of runway 30, ready for departure.
28 Pop uniform, Santa Maria Tower, wind 140 at 4, right turn on course approved, runway 30 clear for takeoff.
And then
runway 30 cleared for takeoff, right turn on course approved.
UPS sort facility and all of that. And then some storage lockers.
November 400,
nice.
Romeo. Approximately 15
all
miles
right.
to the north, level 3,500.
That's cool.
Inbound, full stop with Juliet's.
8 hours of freezing rain today. Oh God, man, that's that.
Echo Romeo, Santa Maria Tower, and a right down, runway 30, report midfield, the altimeter 2999.
Goldsy,
report
I am sorry, sir.
Runway 30, altimeter 2.
That's miserable. All right, guys. So we got a couple of choices. We can shoot on over to John Wayne and check out John Wayne.
Los Angeles ground, November 2079, Mike, ready to taxi.
Yeah, and that kind of ice makes everything not work at all, too, which is terrible. It just gums up all of the works. So, giant pain in the ass. Everything takes 3 times longer and is just miserable. So, you have my sympathy, sir. I've been in rain, freezing rain like that. I always tried to just stay inside.
5x5.
All right, so we got a couple of different choices about where you guys would like to go on our second flight. So we'll do a quick vote here. We can either head to John Wayne, which is where we were going to be headed, you know, when things went bad.
Thanks for 25 left, taxi by Alpha Foxtrot.
Or we could head up to Burbank.
Yeah, thanks for your patience, Taxi Alpha Foxtrot. Got a whole new system here, and I'm having all kinds of problems.
Hopefully you get it sorted out soon.
So what do you think? John Wayne or Burbank?
Nothing worse than system issues, is there?
I know, but it's a brand new system. It's really nice. Just got to work it out.
No, we haven't refueled yet.
Yep.
John Wayne? All right. I have a vote for John Wayne. All right, there you go, Fish Go Blue. We have officially refueled the plane. I have a vote for John Wayne, and I have a vote for Burbank.
Cessna November 28 Papa Uniform. Can I get an altimeter check?
Are you guys just being contrary? Because the likelihood is I just won't get any more votes, and then you're going to make me pick between one of you.
29er, November 28 Papa Uniform, thanks.
So if we go to
64 Golf Charlie, clear
Burbank,
runway.
64 Golf Charlie, Roger, off to the ramp. You can remain this frequency.
okay, Burbank, couple of votes for Burbank.
Off to the ramp. 4 Golf Charlie.
So if we go to Burbank, we're going to do the 4 stacks visual approach. So we're going to have to sneak our way up that way, assuming that the controller can ask if we can ask our controller to let us sneak up there. CMA, I guess we could go to CMA. We could go to Camarillo. Wasn't on the list. I've actually never been to Camarillo. I don't think I have. Is Camarillo in any of the Is Camarillo in any of the cat ratings? I don't remember. That's the idea. Yeah, no, I know where it is. I looked at it. So the funny thing is I this is silly. I plotted all of the first thing I did was I plotted all of the airports. Well, I think we got to go to Camarillo then. Because we've been to Burbank before and we've been to John Wayne. We're going to go to Burbank and John Wayne again. Don't worry, guys. We're absolutely going to go to this. So, all right. So, Sky Vector, Palm Springs to Camarillo. It's got an RNAV arrival. It's a towered field, so we get to talk to Goldsy. That's always nice. There is even better. There's a tech route. You know what the funny thing is? I was on myflightroute.com pulling up the tech route when you said that. Alrighty, so that's not what the tech route says, Goldsy. But we'll do the CAF 1 just for you. It says just Victor 388. Alright, so alright guys. I've never been to Camarillo before. Let's go to Camarillo. That sounds like a really good idea to me. Okay. Well, fair enough. Alright, so KPSP to K. What is the CMA? KCMA to KCMA. KPSP to, oops, KPSP. So just gonna go ahead and let's get out of the plane here real quick and look around. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense, Goldsy. So the tech route serves all of them, but Cath 1 only works for Palm Springs. That makes sense. Got to rebuild the ortho tile with HD4 out here.
Los Angeles Tower, November 2079, or Mike.
There you go, folks.
Ready for takeoff.
2079 Mike, LA Tower, 125 left, clear for takeoff, 1220 at 7.
Clear for takeoff, 25 left, 2079 Mike.
Victor 197 to Palmdale.
6 mile final for 29er.
Victor 264. It's me.
Clear land runway 29er. 24 Echo Vector.
Victor 186 to Fillmore. Hey, so
clearance Jet USA 125.
So tell me that.
USA 125 Las Vegas clearance keeping.
So tell me somewhere.
Jet USA 125 with Foxtrot, IFR to Albuquerque.
Somewhere near It's Me, that there is a fix known as Mario, and then it's on some star or Arrival or something. It's me, Mario. Alright, so small charts, if they're working again, they're still not working.
JUSA 125, cleared to the Albuquerque Airport.
Goodness gracious.
Departure, Gallup transition. Then as filed.
Try to get the small charts working again for you.
Squawk 5631.
You need to find time to fly on PE more? Can't blame you there. There we go.
Departure, Gallup transition, then as filed. Climb via the SID. Squawk 5031.
Palm Springs.
JSA 125 at 56315631.
Departure, Cathedral 1. Taxi is right there.
Roger, 5136.
And then we'll grab the Camarillo charts. We'll download those as well.
5631, 5631.
Roger, 5631, Jet USA 125.
JSA 125, read back, correct, thanks.
Clearance evening Southwest 1267 IFR to Las Vegas.
207 Mike, connect SoCal departure.
Morpheus, hey, how you doing? Yes, this is Greg's Palm Springs International, and we're going to be seeing another one of his airports here in just a minute, or just a few minutes, I should say, as we head to Camarillo.
BP.
We're doing a little tour of the Gulf Papa Bravo 500's
So you're looking for a
airports.
frequency for San Luis Tower, is that correct?
No, I have the frequency. I'm just requesting to be transitioned.
Oh, 2A Papa Uniform, frequency change approved. Once you leave the confines of a Class Delta, they're either vertically or laterally. You're free to make that frequency change on your own unless you're under radar services.
Affirmative, thank you. I thought I requested November 2A Papa Uniform. I thought I requested those when I was on ground at San Luis.
No problem. You connect San Luis Tower now 124.0.
All right, so
124.0 November 2A Papa Uniform.
KCMA.
I definitely missed it for sure.
All right, so
1267.
altitude of 12,000 feet.
I have a flight strip in there, Albuquerque to Long Beach, with a route that resembles San Diego to Las Vegas. Give me 1 sec, I'll fix that up for you.
Sorry about that, Southwest 1267.
No worries, that explains why the flight strip didn't automatically populate for me. I'll be right with you.
All right, so
Cincinnati ground November 400 Echo Romeo off 30 Alpha 6. We're just taxiing straight ahead to the tower at the fuel pump.
Reserves are Echo Romeo Roger Alpha to the ramp, and that's a pass for the Cat 4.
All right.
Thanks.
Flight plan has been
Southwest
filed.
1267, clear to the McCarran Airport, Padres to departure.
It does look very pretty.
Then as filed, climb via SID.
Especially get those charts out of the way.
Departure frequency 119.6. Squawk 5315.
All right, let's
Clear to Las Vegas, Grand Palais. To departure, Chicken Trench and NS file, climb via the SID, except maintain 15,000.
let's go ahead and delete our flight plan.
119.6, squawk 5315, Southwest 1267.
Southwest 1267, reback correct.
And let's go ahead and get
Tower, this is November
ready.
Cessna November 28 Papa uniform. I am about 4.5 miles away to the south of the airport, requesting a straight-in landing on runway 29er.
All right, so clearance is going to be 12835. So let's go ahead and set that up.
28 Papa uniform, San Luis.
12835.
Straight on runway 29er, report 3 mile final, November 2.
Ground is going to be 121.9. 21.9er. We're going to have tower up here. Tower is going to be 119.7. And then we'll have our last, our departure frequency, which is on the Cathedral 1 departure, which is 126.7. I'll see if that's right. 126.7. We'll see if that's right or not. SoCal departure. That will depend on whether we get clearance up to 9,000 or higher, or if we're going to have to stay below that. I don't know. I'm looking for the top altitude here. Transition level 18, flight level 180. I don't see a top altitude on my chart. So we'll probably get it assigned by ATC. All right. Let's give
Tower, this is November 28 Papa uniform. Missed the 3 mile, 2 miles out.
28 Papa uniform, no problem. Runway 29er, clear to land when come.
November 28 Papa uniform, clear to land, runway 29er.
Palm Springs clearance, November 143 Victor Tango. Good evening, IFR to Camarillo.
143 Victor Tango, Palm Springs clearance. Good evening. Cleared to the Camarillo Airport. Cathedral 1 departure. Then as filed. Maintain 7,000. Squawk 4653.
John Wayne Tower, good evening. Viper November 135 Tango Hotel. With you on visual approach runway 20 right.
Cleared to Camarillo, Cath 1, as filed, maintain 7,000, squawk 4653, number 143 Victor Tango.
3 Victor Tango, reback correct.
Well, it was nice of him to jump right in between our clearance there.
John Wayne Tower, good evening. Runway 20 right, clear to land.
All right.
20 right, clear to now 135 Tango Hotel.
All right, so we'll have to prep this mess that is the SID. So we'll figure this out in just a minute. Palm Springs clearance, November 143 Victor Tango. Just want to clarify, I see 2 departure frequencies on my chart. I'll verify whether we're going to be using 126.7.
3 Victor Tango from 126.7.
Thank you very much. 3 Victor Tango. All right, so I thought so, but always good to ask. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and get all of our stuff set up here. PSP, that's Palm Springs International. We will be loading a departure. We're going to expect 3-1 left, Cathedral 1. which will take us back to Palm Springs. This is not at all what we will do.
San Luis Tower, this is November 2A Papa uniform.
Not at all what we're going to do.
Taxiway Alpha.
2A Papa uniform, Roger, join Alpha to the ramp. You can remain this frequency.
Once we get to Palm Springs, we'll load an airway. Victor 388 to PVZ. Once we get to Paradise, we'll add another airway. Victor 197. And this is going to be going to Pomona. Once we get to Pomona, it's another airway. Victor 264. And that will be going to It's Me. I really want there to be an It's Me Mario. Load the airway for that, and it's Victor 186. Fuel check. Fuel check, fire check, oxygen check.
Palm Springs clearance. Twin Star 1170 Bravo. Request flight following to Burbank. We will be at 11,500.
KCMA Camarillo.
Departure frequency 126.7, squawk 2237.
Alright, so we'll take a quick look. I guess that wasn't quite... I wanted that to be just a little bit over, make sure you guys could see all that at the same time. Airport over here at Camarillo.
6.7, squawk 2327, 70 Bravo.
70 Bravo, it's 2237, 2237.
2237, 70
Got a whole bunch of different approaches here. None of them which start at Fillmore. Looks like there is a feeder off of Fillmore to the VOR runway 26 approach. So we'll hang on to that one just to have that available for us. Let's go ahead and knock that down. I don't checklist, so I need the help. Yes, we have fuel. We have
Bakersfield ground, Cessna 3721 Charlie.
196.9 gallons of fuel.
Request southeast departure.
We will make it. All right, let's go ahead and fire up our engine.
3721 Charlie, Roger. Just confirm you're flying the Cat 6.
Checklist. Who needs checklists?
Roger. Runway 30 right, taxi via Alpha Bravo.
30 right, taxi via Alpha Bravo.
Alright, so let's talk through the Cathedral 1 departure. I'm going to take a quick screen capture of that. We're going to go to the large charts.
Palm Springs ground 1170 Bravo, ready to taxi with X-ray. I'm on the west end.
So we're going to climb.
Midway.
We're going to read first. Climb on heading 310. So let's set that 310.
Taxi Whiskey Alpha is Bravo.
To cross the PSP 268 radial.
Bravo, absolutely. Runway 31 left at Bravo.
The 268 radial is right here.
Taxi Whiskey Bravo.
And then a right turn direct to PSP. Okay, so that part's easy.
Tower 135 Tango Hotel, taxiway hotel, requested taxi to East General Aviation Park.
So we'll take off 310, cross the radial, come back to Palm Springs. Then we'll fly on the radial 104. So out at 104 to Emerald. Then a right turn direct to the Palm Springs VOR. So once we reach Emerald, we turn back, and by that point we will absolutely be at altitude. So that's our departure procedure. We have prepped for that. All of that looks good. Wind is calm, so should be fine. One thing that we are going to need is the Palm Springs VOR frequency, which is 115.5. So back to the sim. 1155. We'll transfer that up. That's the Palm Springs there. Yeah, I figured I'd probably get a shortcut.
Cessna 372 and Charlie holding short at runway 30 right.
That's why I'm not worried about it too much.
Bakersfield Tower, right downwind, departure approved, runway 30 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, right downwind departure, Cessna 372 and Charlie.
268. The biggest thing that I want to make sure that we get right is the 310 off of the runway, cross the 268 radial, and then make the right-hand turn direct back to Palm Springs. That's the biggest, that's the most important part for me. All right, so one engine is up and good. Let's go ahead and bring up the second engine. We can make sure that we've disconnected our ground power unit. We've got our generators on. Beacon is on. Gonna taxi here in just a second. Flip us over to KSP ground. And let's go ahead and get ready to get out to the movement areas. And I do need to check one thing here. I actually don't have a top altitude yet, so let's put a pause on this for just a second. So we'll confirm the top altitude with tower if we don't get it as part of a takeoff clearance. Because I definitely don't see it on the chart.
Palm Springs clearance, 1170 Bravo, holding at runway 31 left at Bravo, ready for departure.
170 Bravo, Palm Springs Tower, runway through and left at Bravo, clear for takeoff, on course approved.
Clear for 3 left, 31 left, 70 Bravo.
All right, so we're coming up here to the edge of the movement area, and we'll give ground a call here. You did give it to me. I screwed that up. Thank you, sir. Palm Springs ground, November 143 Victor Tango. Ready to taxi at Whiskey 2 with the weather.
143 Victor Tango, Palm Springs ground, runway 31 left, taxi via Whiskey Alpha.
31 left via Whiskey Alpha. 3 Victor Tango. Alright. I appreciate that, Goldsy. Thank you very much.
Lindbergh ground, Southwest 12.
What would I ever do without you?
At the terminal with the weather for taxi.
Southwest 1267, Lindbergh ground, turn your transponder on.
Alright, so Whiskey Alpha.
Southwest 1267, looks good now, thanks. Runway 27, taxi via Bravo.
Via Bravo, West 1267.
I think I misread a sign. Yeah. Misread a sign. Should have gone through.
117 Sierra Bravo at 1,100.
Oh well. Screwed that up.
117 Sierra Bravo, connect SoCal departure.
Contact SoCal departure, 7
No,
Sierra Bravo.
nobody tell the ground controller. There we go. We're officially on whiskey now. All right, everybody, say goodbye to Palm Springs. Nice last look at the terminal as we taxi on out of here. By the way, this could not possibly go wrong. Look, taxiing backwards.
Cessna November 28 Papa uniform requesting VFR clearance to KBFL.
28 Papa uniform. Okay, there's no such thing as a VFR clearance. Did you want flight following over to Bakersfield, or are you ready to taxi?
Sorry, yeah, flight following over to Bakersfield, and no, not ready to taxi.
28 Papa uniform. Roger, departure frequency 120.55, squawk 6625.
All right, coming up to Alpha. Let's go ahead and
120.
flip our lights all on.
6625.
28 Papa uniform, read back correct, and advise me when you're ready for taxi.
119.7. Palm Springs Tower, November 143, Victor Tango. Holding short, 31 left.
Clips 143, Victor Tango, Palm Springs Tower, wind 290 at 6, runway tree 1 left, clear for takeoff.
True 1 left, clear for takeoff. Yes, this is the Aerobask 550 NG on the org store. That's this. It's a fantastic plane. Highly recommended by lots of folks. You'll have a great time flying it if you haven't flown it yet. All right, lining up.
San Luis ground. This is November 28 Papa Cessna November 28 Papa uniform ready to taxi.
28 Papa uniform, San Luis ground, we're 29er taxi by Alpha.
Runway 29er taxi via Alpha, November 28 Papa uniform.
All right, power's up. Power set. Try to keep it remotely on the center line. That's you know, remotely on the center line. $80 knots. V1 and rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
Number 143 Victor Tango, connect SoCal departure. So
Over departure. See ya. Victor Tango.
Hamburg Tower, Southwest 1267, runway 27.
Okay, indicated airspeed climb coming up. Yeah, it's great fun, and I'll talk to you about my experience with how I started and all that here in just a second. Let me just get through this departure. SoCal departure, November 143, Victor Tango, 1,700 for 7,000, Cath 1. Uh-oh. We might have a controller swap going on.
Victor Tango, circuit departure. Radar contact, climb and maintain 1-2000.
Climb and maintain 1-2000. Yeah, little controller swap. Alright, so we're looking for this line to come in. Once this line, 268, comes in, once we pass that, we're clear to make a right-hand turn directly back to Palm Springs. Palm Springs is right there. It's a little hard to see. Alright, so there we go. We're through. Right-hand turn. And it says 092, 093. So we're going to swing ourselves back around in that direction. 095, back to Palm Springs. Keep an eye on our gauges. Everything's in the green. Fuel is good. We got 175 gallons of fuel on board still. We're doing just fine. Keep the turn rolling. 104 heading back to Palm Springs. So there we go. Continue the climb. 104. So the 104 heading. We're still at 150 now. Well, I guess we could get rid of them. That would give us better climb performance. You're 100% right. I was trying to do more of the Cathedral 1 departure. But no, we're in indicated airspeed climb anyway. There's no speed restrictions. No speed restrictions at all. I just didn't want to shoot all the way up to 12,000 and be like, eh, now what do I do? And the first level of flaps is good. Up to 200 knots on this plane. So the first level of flaps is actually really, really high. I'm glad you were feeling the immersion. So we're going to go right outbound 104. I was enjoying myself. And Morpheus, we are going to come back to you. We're going to talk about just starting to fly flight sims, because I just recently started to fly in-flight sims just a few months ago. So I'm a relatively new streamer. I've been around for maybe 6 months. Something like that. 5 or 6 months. And so I started off flying in the 172. Just like you did in XP11.
Skyhawk 2, Papa Uniform, Santa Barbara departure, radar contact, Santa Maria, altimeter 3001, maintain appropriate view for altitudes.
Traffic warning at the same altitude here.
That's correct.
Okay, we climbed over him. We're 1,000 feet over. 200 feet over. Whew, that's close. That was close.
Eclipse 3 Victor Tango, turn left heading 280, and I expect an amendment to the routing. Climb and take 13,000, contact Los Angeles Center 126.35. .
Left 280 up to 13,000. And can you give me the frequency again through Victor Tango?
Because 3 Victor Tango. Actually, disregard. Turn left heading 260, join Victor 388, and climb, correction, you can maintain 2000 for now.
Approaching altitude.
Okay, so 260 join Victor 388 and maintain 2000 through Victor Tango.
There are 2 Quebec radar services terminated. Coffee for our frequency change approved.
Okay, well that was fun.
70 Bravo, contact Los Angeles Center 126.35.
So let's activate this leg, of the trip. We'll fly on 260 until we intercept, and then we'll go into nav mode.
Circuit departure, radar contact.
Okay, so off we go, folks. Off we go. It's always nice when they're as confused as you are. All right, so 250 knots is our speed limit. We'll go ahead and pump that in. Don't want to go any faster than 250 knots. And
Jet USA 125 Las Vegas Tower, when calm, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff.
once we get into nav mode here,
Southwest 1267, contact Los Angeles Center 1.6.
cabin air pressure is looking good.
Los Angeles Center 128.6. Diamond 70 Bravo, not sure if you copy. Contact Los Angeles Center 126.35.
All right. Well, that was fun. So, Goldsy, if you're still sticking around, I'd love to know what that was. Got any insight there to what our new controller might have been thinking? Alright, so we are done with that. Let's get out of the airplane here for a little bit. So there we go. Now we can pop in. 250 knots is locked in. Gears up. Lights are off. Nav, beacon, all of that is good. Yeah. There we go. On our way to Camarillo, folks.
Bakersfield Tower, midfield downwind for Cessna 372 and Charlie for 30 right.
For 372 and Charlie, runway 30 right, clear to land.
30 right, clear to land, Cessna 372 and Charlie.
Diamond 1170 Bravo, contact Los Angeles Center 126.35.
126.25, 70 Bravo.
Near 70 Bravo, confirm 126.35.
126.35, 70 Bravo.
Jet USA 125, contact departure, have a safe flight.
Alright, here we go. So we got some of those little floaty clouds and some clouds that look really good way over there on the distance. I hope they stay over there on the distance because they look really bad as we were talking about.
Los Angeles Center 117.
So,
Bravo
Morpheus.
Going up to
10,000 Bravo Light Center, 29 palms, altimeter 3013.
Morpheus, yeah. So I started about 6 months ago, and everything went is great, right? So I started off.
25 Las Vegas departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 190.
I started off flying all of the bits and pieces, right, in the 172.
1267, connect LA Center 133.55.
And then I graduated up to the Aerobask EA50 which is a turboprop plane, which is a tremendous plane to fly. And I started learning on there.
Los Angeles Center 170 Bravo at 9,500, going to 10,500.
And then from there I transitioned into this plane.
Sierra Bravo Alpha. 170 Sierra Bravo, right.
This plane is a ton of fun. It does not require a tremendous amount of effort to learn. It is what I would consider a pretty darn good starter jet. Now,
1267 LA Center, Roger, climb and maintain flight level 250.
the thing that I will say about this plane is it doesn't go really super fast.
901 Papa, clearance on request, stand by. She make a call with clearance delivery, but it's okay, you can remain with me.
Right? So, it doesn't go super fast, which is kind of good. Because if you're brand new to simming, super fast is just going to get you in trouble.
901 Papa, clear to the Santa Barbara Airport, be the Cathedral 1 departure, to the Palm Springs VOR, Victor 388, Venice filed, maintain 7,000, departure frequency 126.7, squawk 3706.
Hey, somebody's coming out of Palm Springs behind us. So this is a great first step into jets and into higher elevations and all of those things.
Cathedral 1 departure, Palm Springs VOR, Victor 138, Venice filed. Departure 126.7, squawk 3706, 901 Papa.
So to give you a
Connect SoCal approach 135.4.
135.4 through Victor Tango. Give me 1 second. SoCal approach, November 143 Victor Tango, level 12,000.
43 Victor Tango, SoCal approach. Good evening, Ontario, altimeter 2,999.
2,999, 3 Victor Tango.
Jake USA 125, connect LA Center 133.55.
Yeah. So you'll get some altitude, which is good. To give you context, so the 172 is absolutely, it's one of the best ways to start. I mean, when you start in flying in the real world, you don't start by jumping into a jetliner, right? You start by flying a 172. So many people have learned to fly on a 172. It's great. All of the things that you learn how to do in the 172 will apply to this. How to track a radial, right? How to fly a heading. You can do IFR in a 172, right? I mean, your 172 has a GPS.
JUSA 120.
This is just a really fancy GPS. Morpheus, are you familiar with the CAT ratings on Pilot Edge? And I don't care whether you're a Pilot Edge member or not. Now, I think you should be because it's an amazing service. That's the guys doing ATC control in the background is Pilot Edge. But whether you're flying in your own sim, not online, all by yourself or not, go look at pilotedge.net. And under Pilot Center, look at under the training programs, look at CAT rating. So I think this will be, yeah, here it is, right here. There you go, Morpheus. So Pilot Edge is a service that does live ATC control. The gentleman and the lady that you heard speaking to me are air traffic controllers. But regardless of whether you're on Pilot Edge or not, there's the CAT ratings. Read them and learn how, and just fly them yourself. Now, if you want to, Pilot Edge does come with a 2-week controller. Gentlemen, right. Right, Goldsy. The person speaking to me, Morpheus, is actually Goldsy. Goldsy77. He's my air traffic controller right now. And welcome back. Goldsy, I would love to know what happened during that transition. On that departure. That was interesting. A little bit of confusion there. So I get back to Palm Springs, Goldsy. I get a left turn heading 280, contact LA Center and expect reroute. Expect amendments. What? It all got changed really quickly, but
28 Papa Uniform, connect LA Center 135.5.
it all got fixed really quickly. So, I mean, no big deal, but oh, what? But so Morpheus, anyway.
28 Papa Uniform, connect LA Center 135.5.
The CAT ratings give you basic information about how to fly and how to communicate with ATC. And they take you through a series of more complicated steps that will help you with tracking VORs and navigating all of those things and how you communicate with ATC. Now, if you don't want to do it online, if you want to just learn how to do your thing, that's cool. Welcome. Throw us a follow. Come hang out with us on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll answer all the questions that you have. We're really nice, and we'll help you through the process. But it's even if you're not part of the Pilot Edge network yet, right? And I hope it's a yet, because I think it'll take your flight sim experience to the next level.
207 on our mic, connect John Wayne Tower 126.8.
It's just a great way to start learning how to fly. And I say that personally because that's exactly how I learned. So if you want to be able to kind of do what I do, with the exception of occasionally lighting your engines on fire and running out of fuel, occasionally, take a look at that. It's a great way to learn. And welcome. Any questions you have, don't hesitate to ask. There are very smart people that hang out here. I don't know why, but they are. And if I can't answer you, they definitely can. And if you want to reach us when we're... if you want to reach us in between streams, you can check out our Discord.
143 Victor Tango, VFR traffic, 1 o'clock, 2 miles opposite direction, altitude indicates 11,600.
No contact on the traffic, it's going to be in the clouds.
I just should pass off to your right there.
The TCAS is giving us a climb after the plane has already gone past us. I think we're good, plane. Thank you very much.
7901 Papa, Roger, where you parked?
Well, Morpheus, that was convenient. So Nightbot just answered your question for you, which is fantastic. I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Start somewhere between 8 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is -5 UTC.
And I generally go till about 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Plus or minus. So somewhere in that area. It's the first time Nightbot has been extremely useful ever in its life. Way to go, Nightbot. That right there is a unicorn moment. You'll never see it ever again. Congratulations to everybody.
70 Bravo, connect Joshua, approach 126.1.
Yep. Yeah, so somewhere between 7 and 7:30. I always post in the Discord as we go live. There's a stream channel that only I can post in. So you can turn on some notifications there. And yeah, so somewhere between 7 and 7:30 your time is usually when I go live. I try to keep it close to the start of that. And then we go till about 10 o'clock. 2 nights a week. And we always try to learn something. So we look at charts, we learn how to read charts, and we learn how to fly departures, and we go see really pretty cool airports. Speaking of that, look at that ortho. It's just really cool. Well, I'm glad you found us, Morpheus. That's awesome. So, Greg, if you're still hanging around, what are we in for as we get into Camarillo? Because this is another one of your airports. Is there any secret histories to Camarillo like there was to St. Louis Obispo? Like the archway that must have been that had to be modeled? If you're still around. It was a military base. Cool.
Victor Tango, connect SoCal approach 134.2.
134.2, 3 Victor Tango. SoCal approach, November 143, Victor Tango flight level, or, 12,000 feet, 3 Victor Tango.
143 Victor Tango, SoCal approach, Burbank, altimeter 29908.
29908, 3 Victor Tango.
Okay, close, 3 Victor Tango, instead of maintain 6,000.
Going down to 6,000, 3 Victor Tango. Alright. So, headed down. Ooh, breaking the speed limit. Breaking the speed limit on the descent. Controller swap just to confuse me. Yeah. No, I was laughing because I called it I just automatically went. Usually in my cruise, I'm in the flight levels, so I just fired off. Flight level. No, just 12,000. All right, starting our descent down to 6,000. Hey, Goldsy, we're coming back to you on approach. Looks like a fun procedure turn in lieu, or a hold in lieu of procedure turn, rather, from Fillmore. All right, so four hangars are still there. They are the interceptor hangars. Nice. They would open from the front, back, and fast taxi to the runway. The beacon is off airport on top of a water tower. Well, that's cool. And Morpheus sitting watching, doing some updates. Went browsing for flight sim streams. Looked more interesting, not an airliner. Well, thank you very much, Morpheus. I'm glad you found us too, and I think that that's fun. And I'm sorry you're sitting at work. That's all right. I mean, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. You pulled out 4 really cool facts. How far are we from Fillmore here? Oh, we're actually getting pretty close. Good night, Maverick. And I'll definitely check out those soft clouds as soon as I get an opportunity to do so. So I appreciate that feedback. So we'll see you hopefully on Thursday. Have a good one. SoCal approach, November 143 Victor Tango. We're hoping to be able to request the VOR runway 26 full approach from Fillmore, including the procedure turn.
Close to Victor Tango. Roger, expect that.
Thank you very much. Okay. So let's go ahead and get our approach set up here. So we're going to load an arrival. So we're going to do the RNAV, or the VOR. We're not doing the RNAV. VOR runway 26. No star. No transition. Select the approach from Fillmore. So there's our approach. And so what we are going to do is so let's take a look at this real quick while we've got a second.
Approaching altitude.
Going to bring up some charts.
Departure Comanche 7791 Papa crossing 2.3 on the Cathedral 1.
So we're going to start at Fillmore. And we're going to follow the feeder. This is a feeder route. All the way down to Koga.
10,000 Papa.
Once we get down to Koga, we're going to make the procedure turn using the hold. And we're going to do a teardrop entry. So we're going to do a teardrop entry, and then we'll come inbound along the VOR approach. So, if I was going to program this in, we'd do a couple of things. The first thing we would want to program in is the Fillmore VOR 125.5 or 112.5. That's Fillmore. The second one that we're going to want is Camarillo, which is 115.8. Okay. And I'm going to just double check my plan here real quick. Fillmore to Cayuga. Yeah, so we're going to come up to Fillmore, make this right-hand turn down to the feeder, Cayuga, enter the hold, which will be the teardrop entry, and then we'll come back in this direction. Okay, so that's the plan. That's what we're going to do. Wow, you guys probably couldn't see any of that. Hashtag terrible streamer. So yeah, come up to Fillmore, right here. Come up to Fillmore. Go right-hand turn. Come down to Cayuga. I'm going to fly through Cayuga, out and around, and come back and re-intercept this radial coming inbound 426. Alright, so that's the plan. That's what we're going to try to do. Crossing over top of Van Nuys right now. So, for those of you who wanted to see Burbank tonight, Burbank is right there. We're going to be coming back to Burbank. That's another one of Greg's airports. And there are the 4 stacks. So that's part of the 4 stacks visual. So we'll come back to those here at some point. And then Van Nuys is right there. So if you know Southern California, there's Van Nuys. Kind of interesting. So let's start getting frequencies ready to go. Tower at Camarillo is 128.2. Put that down here in a second. 1282. Transfer that up into our start. Ground is going to be 121.8. And the feeder is 4,600. 4,600. So 4,600, we'll go ahead and enter that. And get ready for a further descent. As we look at the nice packed area just north of Los Angeles. Gotta love all this ortho. It's just neat to see. I've spent so long out in the western United States. It's nice to be back bumping around here in Southern California for a little bit. Nice to be back in the LA basin. So we're going to look... Oh yeah, ortho is a huge game changer. You know what the next really huge game changer would be, Goldsy? In my opinion. It's just my opinion. 60 frames per second. Even during load windows. I mean, my tech is pretty good. It's not the latest and greatest out there, but it's pretty good.
One Papa after Palm Springs turns left, heading 260 John Victor 388.
But yeah, ortho is, and the fact that
what was the heading 26?
It's really, really easy to get really good looking ortho though.
Southwest 1267, cross my center, maintain flight level 240, contact Los Angeles Center 134.65.
Departure, what was that heading for 7791 Papa?
Yeah, I'm running a 6700K.
They had two ones there. Southwest 1267, did you copy the frequency change? Southwest 1267, Los Angeles Center, thank you. Las Vegas altimeter 3004, cross Clar at maintain 3000.
Coming up real close to, hey, Quantidin, welcome back, buddy.
3 Victor Tango. Fly heading 320. That's vector for Fillmore.
320 vectors for Fillmore.
Comanche 901 Puppets are heading 260, showing vector 388.
360 for Victor 388. Energy 77.
Traffic.
So the site that provides the elevation data has been offline for a week or so, which breaks Ortho 4XP if you need. Oh, that sucks. Oh, hey, it's that sucked for a really short period of time.
Papa uniform, Roger, and assuming you're declaring an emergency at this time.
Uh-oh, she's got another emergency.
When able, say souls on board and fuel remaining in minutes, if you have any.
Wait. Fuel remaining on board.
Roger.
If you have any.
On you as long as I can. Search and rescue has been dispatched to your location.
Somebody's going in, and it's not us. Break out the parachutes and the comfort peacocks.
USA 125 contacts Albuquerque Center 134.32 3432.
And it's not us, which is even better.
Clear of conflict.
I feel really low heading into these hills. Oh, I'm glad it's back up. Because Ortho 4XP really is.
Okay, fly heading 250.
250 through Victor Tango. I've had enough emergencies lately. Yeah, but I mean, you got to admit that was a great lot. Souls on board and fuel remaining, if any.
770 Bravo, Palmdale, altimeter 3009er.
I've been there. I know what it's like.
Clips 3 Victor Tango. Continuing the turn direct Fillmore, cross Fillmore at or above 6,000 clear VOR runway 26 approach.
Direct Fillmore, cross Fillmore at or above 6,000, cleared for the VOR runway 26 approach through Victor Tango. Alright, folks. Oh, that was good. So let's go ahead and activate that leg. I don't know what just happened there. I need Fillmore 132. Alright, so I somehow lost my my connection to that, but that's okay. We can do it with radios. So we've got no GPS on this first step here, so I'm gonna cross Fillmore at or above 6,000. And then we'll start to lead this as we come across Fillmore.
2 Papa uniform radar contact lost.
Traffic.
Didn't lead it enough. Alright, let's go ahead and slow down to 150 knots on the approach.
SoCal approach, Kodiak 308 Mike Alpha.
We'll turn left back to 132. Get this to come back in. There we go. Now we got it. Now we got it.
Clear of conflict.
Eclipse 3 Victor Tango turning inbound. Contact Camarillo Tower 128.2.
Turning inbound, we'll contact Tower 3 Victor Tango. Alright, so we're on our way. We're going to go straight through. So the first thing that I want to make sure that we do is get ourselves set up on this heading. Right now it's 138. Is our heading. As we reach through this section, we can actually start to descend at this point. And we have a 1 minute. We're going to cross through, make a left-hand turn, and continue down to 4,400, which is really not that big of a deal.
Approaching altitude.
Clear of conflict.
Now that we're done with Fillmore, well, we're still navigating on Fillmore for the moment. As we get closer, I'm going to put us into heading mode as we cross through. Gonna do this. We're coming right up here. Here's the charts, guys. Coming right up to the procedure turn now. So heading mode. Gonna swap the radios. Gonna get our inbound course of 247 set. That's our inbound course. We're gonna fly through that, watching the time, watching the clocks. We can get ourselves down to 4,400 and start making a left-hand turn. Our left-hand turn is going to bring us back to re-intercept this radio. Keep the turn rolling.
Diamond 70 Bravo, contact Circle Bridge 134.2.
Traffic. Traffic.
One notch of flaps out. Okay, turning right around. That's a teardrop, I think. That's the teardrop insert, I believe. In lieu of the hole, that's our teardrop. And then we'll go back to our, we could go back to our GPS approach, or we could just follow this all the way in. Once we get inside of Kuga, we can down to 3,400 feet. Man, we're getting a lot of warnings right now.
67, contact Las Vegas approach 125.9er.
So 3,400 feet. 1,500 feet per minute down.
QH 901 Papa, contact Circle Bridge 135.4.
135 for 901 Papa, see ya.
And we can go over to tower.
Approaching altitude.
Camarillo Tower, November 143 Victor Tango. VOR runway 26 approach.
143 Victor Tango, Camarillo Tower. The wind is calm. Runway 26, clear to land. Don't break it.
Clear of conflict.
Clear to land 26. We'll try to set it down nice and gentle just for you. 3 Victor Tango. That looks like a runway over there somewhere. Alright, so once we get to Bain, we're going to be down to 2,000 feet. And CC is our final approach fix, so we'll want to start slowing down. 110 knots. And 1,500 down there. Once we cross Bain. So at this point, let's go flaps full. Landing lights on. Yep, that's our runway right there. So we'll come check out these hangars here in just a second. You know, Goldie really threw me off with that one. Set it down nice and gentle.
Approaching altitude.
He really threw me off with that one. That was a good one.
Burbank Tower 1170 Bravo. 9 miles north of the airport. With
170
information.
Bravo, Burbank
Current
Tower,
weather.
give the altimeter 2998, make straight in. Runway 15, report a 3-mile final.
Alright, so minimums are 110
Report 3-mile final.
and
Past downwind, midfield, runway 29.
Report Sierra Lima, Roger, runway 29 cleared for the option wind come.
come on, auto throttle. Come on, auto throttle. Auto throttle. The lag on these engines with the auto throttle is sometimes really tricky when you start to get low like this. There it comes. There it goes. Should have pushed down on the nose just a little bit. Keep the nose from coming up as the engine's wound up. Alright, let's go ahead and get ourselves into our glide slope. And let's go ahead and start slowing down. Let's get autopilot off. Gear down. I usually fly from the final approach fix, is what I try to do.
John Wayne clearance, November 104, Mike Romeo's a Beechcraft 1900 slant Gulf VFR departure to the south with flight following to Palomar. We have Papa.
So when is Goldie going to stream now? That's a great question.
104, Mike Romeo, John Wayne clearance, good evening on departure for heading 175, maintain. VFR at or below 5,000, the departure frequency 128.1, squawk 5013.
Trimming the plane out a little bit.
On departure, we'll fly heading 175 and we'll maintain VFR at or below 5,000, departure frequency 128.1, squawk 5013 for 4 Mike Romeo.
Number 4, Mike Romeo, are you back correct?
Yeah,
Or 117 Sierra Bravo, wind 350 at 3, runway 15, clear to land.
500.
Clear land.
We're a little low.
70 Bravo.
Speeds look good. Haven't really lined it up yet, but there's a long offset on this runway, it looks like, which I was not expecting. Who needs pappies? What are those good for? Holy crap, that's a long offset. Landing assured, power back.
20.
Nose up.
10.
Yeah, it's a wicked. Yeah, the displaced threshold. Thank you very much. This is Camarillo, so welcome to Camarillo, everybody. Camarillo Tower, November 143 Victor Tango, clear of 26 at Charlie, and just for the tapes, it's like poutine on a cold winter's night.
Ha! 143 Victor Tango, Charlie Foxtrot to the ramp remain this frequency.
Charlie Foxtrot this frequency. Have a good night, my friend. Alright, so let's go ahead and taxi in here to the...
Tower 1170 Bravo, off active runway at Bravo 3, ready to taxi to the west.
170 Bravo, roger, Bravo to the ramp, Delta if you need it, you can remain this frequency, have a good night.
Bravo to the ramp, 70 Bravo.
Hotel Foxtrot to the ramp. So let's cross right on over. Yeah, we'll go do a nice little view. We'll do a little tour of this. This is one of Greg's airports as well. So. Yeah, it's. I noticed that they do everything with line segments, don't they? And by the way, Goldsy, right back at you. If you're gonna make me laugh, I got it right back at you, buddy.
And Alpha for taxi with Yankee.
Oh, good times.
Headed 1893, Lumber Ground, with 27 taxi via Bravo.
275 Bravo, United 1893.
All right, let's pull into the Sun Air area here, and we'll park it up. And if there's anything better than poutine on a night like you had tonight, I don't know what it is. True. All right. They are constantly adding community-built airports on
on the with each release. So yeah. All right. So let's start here. Let's go up here first because there's not as much over here. Let's go over here. So according to the airport diagram, this is the ultralight runway here.
Romeo, we're on the west side of the field, short of Bravo at Golf, ready to taxi with Papa.
104 Mike Romeo, John Wayne ground, 20 right taxi via Bravo Lima.
So that's kind of cool.
Right, taxi via Bravo Lima, 4 Mike Romeo.
And then of course there's the oh, that's cool. Look at that. Now, I assume that's a very advanced windsock. I could be wrong. Is that what that is? Now the windsock's up there. What? Oh, that's the VOR. That's the actual VOR. Nice. I don't think I've ever seen one modeled. I had no idea. That's very cool. Well, it looks great. There's the windsock there. We have, just to make sure it's clear here, we've got some more fuel trucks. Fair enough. You didn't model that for the... It still looks cool. All right. There's our plane. So there's the Sun Air hangars. Control tower. Hey there, Firewire. How are you? Good evening. Happy to see you.
Las Vegas Tower, good evening. Southwest 1267 is in the visual 26 left.
Southwest 1267 Las Vegas Tower, good evening. Runway 26 left. You're clear to land, wind 270 at 6.
Clear to land 26 left. Southwest 1267.
Whole bunch of these. Wow, that looks really cool, Greg. Look at that. All the different angles that you did in there.
724 Sierra Papa at in the parking area off of Charlie. Ready to copy IFR to Long Beach with Romeo.
Yeah, airport's looking great. This is one of Gulf Papa Bravo 500s, Greg's airports. So we're just checking it out. It's our first time here.
Frequency 134.9er. Squawk 2617.
And then even got more over here.
That's clear to Long Beach.
Really good.
Intercept the 170 radio from Los Angeles to Limbo, then as filed. Maintain 3000, departure frequency 134.9, and squawk 2617 for 724 Sierra Papa.
Number 4 Sierra Papa, read back correct.
So I got some more of the, so here's some of the older airplanes that you were talking about perhaps. So where are the hangars that you were mentioning on the way in? Are they way down here at the end?
Torrance Ground, Cessna 724 Sierra Papa, taxi 29.
Oh, it's another museum. All right.
Right for IFR departure.
724 Sierra Papa, Torrance Ground, Roger, runway 29er right, taxi via Alpha Juliet.
So
taxi via Alpha Juliet, 29er right, 724 Sierra Papa.
Are these the hangars that you were talking about? Being leased by a healthcare company. Well, that sucks. Give us our museums back.
Echo.
Sierra Lima, Roger. Taxi the ramp via Alpha. You can remain this frequency.
The large single hangars all in a row. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, right. These right here, right? Is that what you're talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4, all right in a row. No. Okay. To the right. The old-looking ones. These guys? Straight ahead. Man, the stream lag is just killing me here. To the left. All right. gonna have to give me better directions.
John Wayne Tower, November 104, Mike Romeo.
These right here.
20 right at Lima, ready for departure.
104 Mike Romeo, John Wayne Tower, wind 100 at 3, runway 20
Back.
clear for takeoff.
20 right, clear for
I don't know what
takeoff,
you're talking.
4 Mike Romeo.
They're gray and some blue. Oh, okay. I got you now. So you are talking about these back here.
White Tower, Southwest 1267's cleared at Alpha 7, Charlie Gates.
The blue and gray ones.
1267, roger. Cross runway 26 right at Alpha 7, and taxi Bravo, Bravo 5 to the
There you go.
monitor ground point 1 once you cross.
Why did you just say the blue and gray ones?
26 right, Alpha 7, Bravo, Bravo 5 to the gates, and we'll monitor point 1 when we cross.
So these were and what? Zoom in further, okay? There we go. You're not stupid. It's fine. It's impossible to do. So these, I assume these are the big doors. These would open up, and the planes could actually just shoot right out to the runway. It's a comedy of errors here, people. Left, no right. So they were standard hangar. So these were the standard hangars back then. You'd see at other airports. Okay.
Connect SoCal departure.
Over departure.
Open the front and the backs. Zoom. They're gone. Nice, man. Oh, that's cool.
Lindbergh Tower, United 1893, 27 right, holding short.
So those are the old, back when this was a military base.
7 clear for takeoff.
Those were the hangars. That's what we were talking about on the way in.
But I heard I'm cleared for takeoff, 27 United 1893.
1893.
All right. So that's pretty awesome. Well, thank you very much for that that little bit of interesting information, Greg. I appreciate it, and I love that you're giving us all of this from your research as you were building these airports. It's super interesting to me, and I hope it is to everybody else as well. So let's see what's going on here. Looks like we've got. I'm going to get out of here, guys. That's it for me tonight. Looks like we've got a good friend of mine who is on landing. So let's see if we can't throw him off just a little bit. So go say hi to Chili Willies for me. Great dude. He's working on partnership and has really helped me out over a lot of stuff. So go say hi to Chili Willies. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you on Thursday. Good night.